Why do you yell and overreact even when you tell yourself to stay positive? You know, when you wake up and you think this is gonna be a great day, you've got everything planned, and then your kids spill something, your dog's barking, and you just lose it. You know, happens to me sometimes, I yell, overreact. I'm like, oh my God, I just ruined everything. This perfect day has now been destroyed. My kid is crying, the dog's upset, everything's a mess. How did my plan go so wrong? Now you think you're the worst mom ever. You're the only one who does this. Like, how could you do this? So you try harder. You try journaling, listening to motivational videos and lectures, podcasts, take deep breaths, say, okay, next time that happens, I'm gonna think positively and I'm gonna stop and not do that. You really, really try. But ask yourself this, if these mind tricks were the answer, then why does it happen over and over again? Why does this pattern keep happening to you? If you are the one in control, then why can't you just turn off the anger and yelling? The answer is simple. It's because you keep trying to use a mind tool to handle a reaction that is mechanical. So you're addressing the wrong thing. You see, when that negative reaction happens, it's not a logical thought or anything you can debate or reason with. It's literally like a flip has been switched, like the light switch has gone on, and now this thing has taken over you. So you can't work with it because it's a machine running on its own, like bam, it's off. Once this machine is off and running, you can't outthink it. Like, it's already pre-programmed, it's going. So how do we fix this? You have to know how the wiring works. You have to understand what is happening with this machine so you can actually do something about it. And that brings us to the most important discovery. There are actually two parts of the mind. First, you have the analytical mind. It is logical. It thinks, it can rationalize, it solves problems. It is recording all the time. It's a perfect time recording. And you use this mind to reason and survive well. It records everything in a timestamp sequence, much like a video camera. And here you can see I've made a little track here. It's just recording all the time. But then you have the reactive mind. This mind doesn't think, it just reacts. It doesn't reason, it does only one thing. It's a stimulus response mechanism that records pain and all the negative emotion and just plays it back against you. It does not think, it does not reason, it does not care what you believe. It doesn't respond to mindset, reframing, meditation, or talk therapy. Most therapies don't even acknowledge this part of the mind exists. The reactive mind stores stress, pain, unconsciousness, and loss, and it reacts automatically. This is where people get stuck. They believe that if they could just control their thoughts, these reactions wouldn't happen. But the problem is this, by the time you try to control your thoughts, the reactive mind has already kicked in. That's not weakness, that's a timing problem. The reactive mind now gets stuck in the past and the analytical mind gets turned off. So there is no being in the present. Let me explain how the reactive mind works. Imagine you are a child, you're climbing a tree and you fall. There's pain, there's dust in your nose, your head hurts. Your friends are calling you stupid words. You may even go slightly unconscious. In that moment, the reactive mind records all this overwhelming stress as one snapshot. Pain, the emotion, the embarrassment, the unconsciousness. And decisions you make could be anything. It's not safe to reach high, or climbing too high could be painful. All of it gets recorded together. In the book, Dianetics, this is called an engram. And the reactive mind is made up of engrams. Think of the analytical mind and the reactive mind as two completely different file cabinets. Insight, analysis, positive thinking, or therapy, it's like you're talking to the wrong cabinet. Now here's how it works. If anything in the present reminds you, consciously or unconsciously, of something contained in an engram, that recording can turn on. When that happens, the reactive mind turns on, the analytical mind turns off. The reactive mind hijacks the analytical mind. That's when you lose control. You've seen this when people fly off the handle and say things they don't mean. Same phrases over and over like a recording playing. You might even do it to yourself. You stub your toe and immediately say something like, "Why did I do that? That was so stupid." That's not coming from your thinking mind. That's coming directly from an engram. You are not your reactive mind or thoughts. This is why so many approaches fail. They assume just one mind and all of this overwhelming stress, pain, and emotional charge lives in the analytical mind. It doesn't. It lives in a completely different file cabinet. The reactive mind is a source of anxieties, phobias, misemotions, psychosomatic illnesses, depression with no clear reason, compulsive or irrational behavior, self-sabotage. Trying to calm yourself while the reactive mind is still active is like turning off a fire alarm while the kitchen is still on fire. Engrams accumulate over years. It's the accumulation of pain and loss that brings down emotionally. When we were a child, everything looks bright, but life comes with a package. Every engram sucks more and more life, attention, vitality, and lowers your ability to be in the present. This also explains why people repeat patterns. The same relationships, the same conflicts, the same outcomes. So what actually works? Dianetics is a precise method designed to locate the moment an engram was created and remove the emotional stress from it. The memory remains, but without the painful emotion. It's not losing memory. It's resorting memory into the correct file cabinet. This does not remove your personality. Your personality is analytical, rational, calm. You are not your reactive mind or thoughts. Everything you don't like about yourself, the outbursts, the anxiety, the reactions, that's reactive. Dianetics removes what isn't you, so more of you can show up. So next time you react for no good reason, realize this. That's an old recording playing. It's just noise. It's not you. And the most important thing to recognize is this. You are not your reactive mind. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how these recordings are created in the first place and how to recognize which ones are quietly ruining your life.